It's fascinating. You have, since the moment I met you, you have this ability somehow, I can tell, that you're putting pieces of a puzzle together in everything you do and everywhere you go.
Likewise.
Yeah, yes, I mean, we're kind of very similar in this regard. And you connect people. You've connected me to many people that now are taking an increasing piece of real estate in my time space continuum, right? And have you always been that way?
I navigate the world through my extrasensory perception. I don't hear everything. I'm hard of hearing in both my ears. That's a whole journey in itself. And Albert Einstein talks about how energy is not created nor destroyed, it's only changed in form. So if I'm not hearing everything, my sense of feeling is exponentially heightened. And so when there's a sense that's been deprived, awareness spirals inwards. And when the awareness spirals inwards and you're operating from this place, you start to navigate the world beyond appearance. And most of us are reliant on our five senses. So we receive the person in front of us by face value. And that face value, based off of what we've been taught success is how much money does that person have, how beautiful are they, what can they offer me, how much money does this person, or like how much impact do they have. So we start relating to people from this, and then we got caught up in really sticky situations that we didn't listen to our intuition because we actually had a red flag as soon as we met that person. Now, I am navigating the realm from feeling person's essence. And so when I feel somebody's essence, it doesn't matter what role they play. First and foremost, everybody just wants to be seen, heard, loved, and acknowledged. It doesn't matter what position they're in. When you can actually gift people that gift, then everywhere you go, doors will open, opportunities will present themselves. And if you're navigating the world through essence, then I will know that your essence will work with somebody else's essence, whether that essence is that person is a barista in Starbucks. It doesn't matter because those two essences, there's chemistry there and something beautiful can be created. So it's so easy for me to know people based off of their essence and then be like, your essences work really well together, and I'll just let that one play out. And knowing that if we're all on the same team revolution of loving ourselves, ultimately.
It's like you're the spiritual Yentl.
Huh?
You're a spiritual Yentl. You know what a Yentl is? Like a matchmaker.
I love it. No one's ever called me that.
You're the spiritual, you're the gangster Yentl is what you are, the spiritual gangster Yentl. And you have this ability to connect people based on their energetics. And because you see them, you hear them, you love them, and you acknowledge them, they connect to you. And I think that's an equation. That's a math equation.
You could literally break it down to a mathematical equation.
See, hear, listen, right? And listen with empathy.
Don't just listen with your ears.
Yes. Don't just listen with your ears. Listen with your heart. Love them for who they are. That doesn't mean it has to be romantic. Love them for who they are and acknowledge them for their worth. And it's not based on any of those outside-in things that you just mentioned.
Because none of that goes with you when you pass away anyway. And we're living in an infinite reality, not a finite reality in the sense of, yes, it's finite in these physical beings, in these physical vessels, but it's infinite on a soul level. And so what we're actually moving through is we're burning off of karma. And we're believing that there's so much worth in physical things, but that physical thing is finite. It does not go with us. And so if we're placing our worth in these physical things in an infinite game of a soul, then we've still not quite learned the lesson that we came here to learn, which is not all that glitters is gold on a soul level.
Not all that glitters is gold. Can you explain that? Go deeper into that.
Celebrities are exciting. Money is exciting. Fancy clothes are exciting. Aesthetically beautiful humans are exciting. But it doesn't mean that it's infused with love. So it's glittery. From the five senses, ooh, that's exciting. I want a little bit of that. Oh, I want a little bit of their money. Oh, I want a little bit of their fame. Oh, I would like to get to this position. But when you actually get there and you're on the inside of it, it's hollow. It's like going to Disneyland and thinking that the door's open. It's like, oh, it looks all lovely from the outside, but the doors aren't even open. They're like not even real.
Yeah.
And so it's like we're walking through this illusionary hall of mirrors, mirage experience. And it's because we have become disconnected with actually feeling essence and become so reliant on our five senses. So for me to go into these realms, I had to lose a significant percentage of one of my senses. And to no longer rely on just my five senses to perceive my reality, which is a reality of an illusion.
Fascinating. So have you always had this ability to tap into authenticity?
No, I played the role. I played the lights are on, but nobody's home and living a life based off of shoulds. And what I mean by should is that somebody else has told me that this is their map of consciousness around what success is. Society's map of consciousness around what success is. So a living from shoulds is basically living somebody else's story and trying to make it fit for myself. And I look at photos of myself back then, and I was a happy human. Like, I've always had my soul imprint for the most part, and it was stories that were not based off of authenticity. And so I look at photos and it's like the lights are on, but no one's really home. And so it's been a really beautiful, long, patient journey of stripping away all the shoulds that have been projected on me since birth, and to actually start living from the inside out, not from the outside in. And that is a journey in itself. And that's a hero's journey that all of us will embark on if we're curious enough.